Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, there's not necessarily too much fancy stuff to show off today. It's been a busy weekend. It's been kind of cut short with preparations for RDC. Yeah, that's happening tomorrow. I'm pretty excited for that though. I'm thinking that with RDC we could have some pretty cool announcements. My hope. I have no insider information that would confirm this, by the way. But my hope is that editable images will be announced at RDC. Because the thing is, it says on the roadmap that they really want to they want to have it done this year. And as far as I can tell, editable images work fine. It's just getting the moderation guidelines all figured out. And so my hope is that they're going to use that as a big announcement at RDC because they like making big announcements every year. So that's my hope. We'll see. Um, Yeah, and for the most part, in terms of work, I've mostly just been the rewriting the UI backend. It's a slow process, but I like it. For example, like the color picker, it's so much more readable now. It's not even, it's just so much cleaner. React Lua is very easy to work with once you get over the learning curve. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on so far. Uh, let's see, let me actually open up the game. Yeah, but I don't know. Like for the most part, like yeah, I'm just gonna run around, look at the map together. Yeah, we're probably not gonna go for more than like half an hour just because there's not too much to say. But yeah, if you have questions, if you have any ideas you want to talk about, whatever. Like this is a weekly thing. We will see. Odds are next week also will not be very interesting because I've been at RDC for 4 or 5 days. So yeah, it's going to be a slow month, and I apologize for that. But for the most part, I think that the game's in a pretty good place. You know, like we've made it past all the major hurdles. Um, Probably the one thing the thing which is probably going to get the most attention in the coming months will be the powers. Will I update consistently? Well, I'll work on it consistently. As to when those updates turn into releases, um, I think that for the most part, once we get the initial thing playable, you will see more regular releases. Stuff like having different character customization updates on a regular basis, different like the it there will be a lot of like assets and content that's going to be added to it. Like we've built out most of the systems. Now it's just time to add content to actually to flesh them out. Um, so yeah, in the prison you should have like different cells for different types of prisoners. Like the powerful prisoners, they get more high security cells. Oh yeah, no, definitely we should have different levels of it. Like I want a whole, um, I want like a Hannibal Lecter room, you know? Like I want there to be like a general thing and then like a full on, more advanced prison thing. But yeah, like for the most part though, the prison's, pretty set up. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out exactly how to get like that. I like the shape of the prison on the outside. We're gonna have to see how much of a headache it is to actually put things in it, you know? Like in terms of size, it's actually pretty small. And it doesn't help from the fact that it has that weird shape down here. But I really like this underground area. When you can see it at least. You can't really see it right now, but it's kind of like this underground fighting area. So, we'll see how that goes. Um, let's see. Yeah, actually, yeah, maybe that's the solution to it. Just have like an increasingly deep underground like elevator thing. So that could be pretty fun. The let's see, what else is there? Let's go with play. But yeah, so editable images. Will our apartment bases be more customizable? So yeah, the I would say that in terms of customization, the hmm, attempt to index nil with a nit. Looks like I broke something. That's not good. Let's see how. Sorry, I'll answer that question in just a second. I'm just trying to figure out what I broke. Looks like it was this one. I removed this as part of the part of remaking the UI, and I guess I just forgot about it. Um, yeah, so technically the fourth dimension is time, if I'm correct, and so any anytime someone plays the game for a more than zero time, that is technically a 4D experience. Um, though nobody is happy with that. Oh, I forgot to sync it up. I was like, why is it still not working? But yeah, so boom. Uh, I keep failing to answer this question. The Will our apartments and bases be more customizable? Um, so yeah, the I'm doing this to myself. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be debugging while talking to people. I'm never going to answer this question. All right. Sorry. All right. Saving that. Now, I just want to be able to fly around. I'm a simple man. I just want to be able to fly around, pull out some swords. Um, you know, all right. We're almost, okay. Third time's the charm. Will our apartments slash bases be more customizable? It didn't work again. Why didn't it work? Which of these could possibly be using Fusion? I did it again. In case you're wondering why the game's never coming out. Okay. Will our apartment slash bases be more customizable? I believe that we can only do better than the way it was done in Super Hero Life 2. However, the major priority in making this game will not be to get base customization done first. I'm going to have a playable version of this game that predates that predates base customization. I'll probably have apartment purchasing in there, but for the most part, base customization is something that'll be added as we as the game gets more and more playable. Like I want to have the minimum version of the game fun, and so testers can hang around in it. Just a fun thing for the community to hang out with, and then we're just going to keep on building layers on top of that. And so base customization, my plan for it is to have a use a grid system like previously, because I learned with Infrastruct that grid systems can often be the difference between a building mechanic taking 2 weeks and taking 5 months. It's just so much easier to reduce your building mechanics down to about eight or so different edge cases, or not even not eight, like what was it, 27 or something? Like at the end of the day, no matter how complex your building system is, if it's on a grid, there is a finite number of ways that things can combine. You get some interesting things like, for example, what are they called? Is it marching cubes? If you look up marching squares, you'll see that when you have a grid, there are only so many ways you can like connect things, and so we'll be using that kind of ideas for the more complicated aspects. Like for example, if I add just a segment of wall onto a grid, um, having it connect to walls near it is so much easier when you can only have 8 other wall slots around it. And so yeah, so I'm going to be using the a grid solution probably, and yeah, and so that should save some time, but also hopefully we'll be able to use some more interesting um, some more interesting room customization things. Because like since I've made Superhero Life 2 and Superhero Life 3 for that matter, I have done more building systems. Infrastruct had a building system. Night Ships had a building system. This will be my first game that releases with a building system. um, but I think I'm getting pretty good at it, and it's just kind of a thing where uh, because I want to do a good job with it, I need to have the time for it. And while I do think the bases are really cool, I, to my knowledge, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, most of the Superhero Life players don't spend a whole lot of time customizing their base. And that's partially because the Superhero Life 2 mechanic, a base mechanic, isn't that good. It's not necessarily because there isn't demand for it. I think that there could be demand for a really cool base system. It's just, you know, if we just rush it out, we'll just be in the same situation as Superhero Life 2 again. Yeah, yeah, so that's pretty good. Hello. Yeah, yeah, no, I think that the main priority should just be getting apartments in there first, and then once we have apartments in there, we will start expanding out that kind of stuff. Probably like just how we monetize, that will be something that we build up over time, you know? Like I don't have anyone to pay for this game. My friend Ryan slash Rafirian, they have I think a 4 or 5% share in the game because of some work they did back in 2020. Um, so you know, I'm sure that they would like me to have the game earn some money at some point. But also they're very nice, and I have a percent share of their game, so we annoy each other into releasing. Um, but yeah, no, I do think having apartments and private areas that you can rent out or purchase or whatever is valuable. Honestly, one thing I'd love is if the base system could be like a whole headquarters, like you don't necessarily just get like a big open warehouse that you have to fill out with stuff, but you could have like in like rooms in it and like chambers and like have all that kind of cool customization. But yeah, so it's just trying to figure out how we can best incorporate all of that. hmm But yeah, yeah. Honestly, finding places to store the bases, it will be a continuous challenge because I want to allow people to have more room than just one or two things, but at the same time, like it can be difficult to actually figure all that out. We'll see. Yeah, right now the bank building, this building, and I believe that building all have room inside them for bases. So we'll just have to see how that works. Yeah, the let's see. Huh, what's causing that? Where's the Ferris wheel? Okay. Okay, so let's see why I can't go through that. So it is because this mesh part, where's the hull one? Render fidelity. Which one was it? Collision fidelity. Okay, well it's precise for that one. And so this one's also precise. Why is it not letting me through? Hmm, I don't know about that. That's odd. Anyway, we'll just. Hey there, Superhero Life 2 fan. Welcome back. Yeah, but could there be like spaces under the map that you can teleport for bases? So having bases be fully underground does get us out of the size issue. I just want to allow for windows. Like I think having windows is a pretty cool thing to have as an option. And so I don't want to like make everything an underground base. Like not everything's the Batcave. Um, so ideally, you would there would be various like slots in these buildings that you could buy out that would have a certain amount of windows in them. And yeah, so that's the hope at least. Yeah, the it's let's see. But could there be like I already read that. Can't plan a bank heist from yeah, yeah. No, that does seem like, home field advantage. Yeah, take the elevator downstairs from your apartment into the bank vault. Um, okay, so we're gonna figure out what is causing this Ferris wheel to block me. Okay, start with that. Okay, so it's this one. All right, so we can now select these and just make it not collide. It's not the end of the world. Ideally, of course, it would be able to handle that, but I'd rather people be able to fly through the spokes than like stand perfectly on one of these parts. Let's see. It's a weird question, but how many old players do you think will come back, and how many players you will get to release on Superhero Life 4? Um, I have no idea about old players coming back. I think that most of I think maybe like 60% of the people who are in the Discord probably will give it a try. The problem is like a lot of the people who got excited for Superhero Life 4 got excited back in 2020. Like it was 4 years ago. A lot of people who played Superhero Life 2, they were playing it 7 years ago. Like it's been a very long time. And so, it's not so much I think a rejection from players, but like there's the only game I play now that I played in 2017 is GTA 5. Yeah, like yeah, no, it was 7 years ago. That's when it released. And Superhero Life 3 came out at the end of 2018, so almost 6 years ago for Superhero Life 3. Um, yeah, so no, it's been a long time. I do think there will be people who recognize the game and play it again, but I'm not banking on nostalgia being the thing which powers it through. Like I'm making a game that should be fun to anyone, not just people who played the original. And so yeah, like at the end of the day, I want to show my gratitude to the people who played the game back in 2017, and I want them to be happy with the current game. Uh, but like realistically, that's not going to be the average player experience. I would say that for the most part, in terms of how I expect people to play it on the release, I have no idea. Honestly, no clue. I'm going to be working hard to like make it. I think it's going to do well on release. Like, but keep in mind, doing well for a Superhero Life game has a lot of variety. Superhero Life 3 had 1,000 concurrents on release day. Superhero Life 2 had 6,000. Superhero Life 1, I believe, was in the 4 or 5,000 range. Like, like so probably a few thousand concurrents on release. But then, Superhero Life 2 pretty quickly dipped down to 1,500. Within a few months, it was at 1,500. Then it was at 1,500 for a few years before. It wasn't until like a year or two ago that it started dipping down to the 100, 200s. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I think that people will be nostalgic for it and give it a shot because of that. I just think that like right now there are tens of millions of people who play Roblox. Um, I know that my community at best has maybe 100,000 people in it. Like at best, like we're stretching it. Like that's like if you combine, if you assume everyone who played, who joined the developer groups, like combined, and that there's no duplicates, like that's probably the upper limit, like 100,000 people. And then maybe let's see, how many favorites do we have for Superhero Life 2? Uh, I guess we could say that that's the true max audience size. Um, okay, so 724,000 favorites. Um, yeah, so I guess a million fans at max. Though I don't know if we should count the 200,000 people who didn't even favorite the game. I'm not sure that we would call them fans exactly. But yeah, so I mean, like, which of course, I'm very thankful for having that many people. I'm not saying it isn't enough. If all of those people came back, I would be a very happy developer. If all those people came back and no one else, then I'd be perfectly fine with that. But that's not going to happen. There are people who are in college now, and they were in like middle school when this game came out. Some of them were 7 years. In theory, there are people who were in elementary school when Superhero Life 2 came out who are now in college. So yeah. Um, so yeah, like I think I think that the reason people play Superhero Life 4 for the most part is because it's a fun game. Like I've put a lot of love into it. I put a lot of effort. I think it does some things that other games just don't do. Like I'm going to be one of the first roleplay games to really embrace editable image clothing. Like that's literally just something that's only going to be me for a bit. And so that is going to be really cool. And I think that people are really going to like that. Um, yeah, but like at the end of the day, you know how it is. The Yeah, so I just want to get the game out, and I want to have something I could just work on for a few years, just continuously add little improvements to. Like it should be earning enough that like I don't feel like it's like untenable, Like like if zero people are playing it, I'm probably not going to put too much effort into updates indefinitely. Though for the most part, I'd be pretty shocked if zero people were playing it. Like y'all play Superhero Life 3 still. So I don't know. We will see. Let's see. Yeah, well, I appreciate that the community is nice enough to forgive my stubbornness when it comes to old design choices. You know how people. The thing is, back when I first made Superhero Life 2, people were telling me, "Hey, can we combine these two things from the custom character and like the super character? Or sorry, the secret character and the super character. Can we combine them?" And I just said no. So like, this is a self-inflicted wound. All I've done is stop hitting myself. That's I'm not sure that you would call that too much character growth, so much as basic self-preservation. But yeah, like I appreciate that y'all got the most out of the game, and that the suit glitch did exist in a way that wasn't too painful for people. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think I'm taking a much more hands-off approach when it comes to character creation support. Yeah, the let's see. You should have called the Superhero Life 5 to avoid Superhero Life 4 panic. Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, that'd be funny, but if I don't release Superhero Life 4 before I die, it will be written on my tombstone. Like it is it is too big of a aspect of my life. I've put more work into Superhero Life 4 than I have any other game, period. By like not even close. Like The second closest project was probably Infrastruct, which took 11 months and still never came out. But like Superhero Life 4, that's genuinely like 2 or 3 years of just solid development. I've been through a lot during that. It's just crazy how much your life changes over that much time, especially because those 2 or 3 years of solid development weren't like all at the same time. Like Superhero Life 4, I lived in Bloomington, Indiana. I lived in Manhattan. I lived in Colorado Springs. I lived in Brazil. I lived in Denver. I've been all over the place trying to make this game. I want it to be out. I'm glad to hear that, Squid Stick. Yeah, no, I honestly, that's one of my favorite parts of engaging with the community. It's seeing all the cool things that y'all make. Like I was a creative kid. I was never that good of an artist like drawing. Um, I messed with it a little bit in the occasional phase, but for the most part, I was not super artsy, and I kind of regret that. I've come to really enjoy animation and like art made by like online artists a lot in my adult life, and yeah, I think that it's cool being able to see people take the kind of loosely defined universe I made and build off of it, make something better. Um, And so I want to cater to that. I want to give them more to work with, as it were. And that's actually one thing which I don't really get to think about too much, but I still really want to do, is when we build out the map for Superhero Life 4, which will be a lot of updates. It'll probably be let's see, yeah, it'll probably be probably where I do most of the world building stuff. Yeah, like what honestly, y'all, you probably don't realize how long the testing period for this game will be. Like Superhero Life 2 started testing in April of 2017 and released in late July 2017. I think Superhero Life 2 might have released on April Fool's Day. I don't remember. Um, yeah, so so this map right here, in fact, not only is it almost done, let me actually show it in its glory. The hmm, Did I disconnect the whatever? Okay, I'll just play it. But yeah, so no, the hey, no worries, Joe. I promise I'm much more guilty of yap than anyone else in this area. I literally do live streams of just me talking. Like I'm the yapper. Yeah, the yeah, so this is the new map. Um, this guy kind of looks like the villain Superman people in Invincible, except the gray skin, of course. The Viltrumites. It's a cool design. But yeah, but also this is a thing which is uses some of the layered assets. Like you can see it layers on. This is the custom clothing I was talking about. Like all this stuff is recolored dynamically and added and layered in really cool ways. But yeah, no, thank you. And then this is actually layered clothing on top, so it allows for this should allow for different body types, which is pretty nice. Um, yeah, Invincible. I definitely recommend Invincible. The animation isn't the best, but the story is really compelling. Um, but yeah, let's see. I'm falling behind. Do you know who this kid named Marvel Nerd is? Well, yeah, no, I remember I really liked Marvel Nerd's coverage of my work. But like he's a clear example of why I'm not expecting everyone to come back for Superhero Life 4 because like he didn't do anything wrong. He just grew up. Like literally, he went through puberty. You said his voice changed. Like he got new interests, new games he liked. Found a new fit. He found that he didn't want to necessarily do YouTube content creation as his thing, and like I respect that. Like it. that's the thing. What the stuff I did when I was 12 or 13, like, the majority of it didn't survive. It's a miracle. I'm still making Roblox games, honestly. So, I wish him the best of luck. I really enjoyed his content. Maybe he'll come back for one video once Superhero Life 4 is out. I'd enjoy watching that. But at the end of the day, I'm sure that he's making the most of his time. I'm sure that he is living a better life and enjoying it, and I wish him the best. But yeah, the I want to take the bow staff, make it blue potential pool noodle. Yeah, pool noodles would be fun to have, but just getting the animation for that to work would be a headache. Um, but yeah, no, the city. I think the city looks really good. This new map, there are no interiors, but like I think it's at a point where if I released it to testers, like, and that was something I was talking about earlier and got distracted by. Um, yeah, let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, this game will be in testing for maybe upwards of a year. Like I'm going to be doing weekend updates to about like small things. Like I'll be adding areas to the map, adding new content, refining things based on your feedback, adding new powers. Like I am going to the second this game is releasable due to editable images coming out, I am going to release it for testing. Y'all are going to start working with the editor, start giving me feedback, start requesting things, and then I'm going to just work on making this map better, making this adding powers, more powers than just the current set. So like it's not unrealistic that you could be testing this game this December, maybe even November. So yeah, look forward to that. Let's see. What else is there? But yeah, like for the most part, that's just. Oh, there's a new Minecraft trailer. Oh yeah, the second season animation for Invincible was it was rough. But if that meant that it came out, then I'm okay with it. Like there are shows with beautiful animation that I don't watch. And between beautiful animation and a very nice story, a very interesting story, I'll go for the story every time. Like if you can have both, give me both. But for the most part, I want to enjoy a show just because it has great animation. But yeah, let's see. New Minecraft trailer. I haven't even watched it. I don't know if there's no way I can like it, right? This isn't going to be like the Lego movie, is it? Okay, I'm not watching with audio, but I'm just watching. You're watching my live reaction. Okay, actually, let me sync it up. All right, if everyone wants to watch, we're going to do a little watch party together. We can't share it, visually, but we're going to watch it together. All right, so on three, I'm going to press play, and let me see. Are y'all ready? Are y'all lined up? All right, all right. One, two, three. Also, I hear no audio, so if there's amazing music, I'm just not going to hear that. Oh, they're doing a Beatles song according to the subtitles. Oh my. It's live action? I I didn't think it'd be live action. Is that Aquaman? I don't necessarily hate the art direction, but I really don't like the live action part. That doesn't seem right. But like the way they've made the original Minecraft CG, what? Oh, is that supposed to be like the Steve? Okay, okay, yeah. Oh, thank you, R. Well, hey, yeah. Let me know if the French localization of Superhero Life 4 needs some work because I definitely want to get my average game product a little bit better. Um, right now, we're watching the Minecraft trailer. Uh, I do like the general way that they made the world HD. I think that that's fine. I like that. I think that's a cool little visual take on it. I just don't know. It really clashes to have the real life people there. Like, would it have been that hard to have it be kind of like what's it called? What was it called? Wasn't there a movie where like there were characters that would go in and out of like an animated world and like it would actually render them as animated when they're in the animated world? What was that? I don't think it was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But I think it would have been better if they were like if they had 3D avatars, if it became like a fully CG movie when they were in it, you know? I think that would be cooler. And then you could have like the IRL stuff be humans, you know? Oh, I know what I'm thinking about. The Oculus Rift movie. What was it called? What was it called? Ready Player One. Yeah, no, like Ready Player One. Like you have like the IRL people in IRL, but then when you're in the digital virtual world, you have their avatars. I think that'd be such a better fit. That's what I prefer. I would actually really love a superhero life movie. It's almost certainly never going to happen. Best case scenario, I'll pay a few grand out of pocket to make like a little dance video trailer for because I really want to do something like the Peacemaker intro sequence where they're doing like a little like 80s like dance sequence. I think when superheroes dance in the movies, that's always fun. Whether it's Spider-Man, whether it's Joker, whether it's Peacemaker, having a little dance montage with the characters. I did promise that I will upload a video of me dancing at some point, so maybe that'll coincide. But yeah, like yeah, oh yeah, the Deadpool dance. Yeah, that was one of the best part of the movie, like the bye bye bye, the NSYNC montage. That yeah, so like I think that we should have some kind of like the trailer should be an actual. I should hire a talented animator to make a nice little dance sequence. And yeah, that's my strategy. Um, is there a reason why Aquaman is that Aquaman? I hope it's Aquaman because if it's not Aquaman, okay, yeah, it's Jason Momoa. Okay, yeah. I'm really wondering what the pink jacket is because like that's a very bold fashion choice, you know. Like this guy, that's got to be tied to like his character somehow, you know. Everyone else is like dressed as generically as possible. Um, is it what it's like? It has like tassels. Like, is he like a rodeo person or something? Or like a stunt devil? No, but anyway, yeah, no, I think that honestly, no, dance feature in Superhero Life 4. I do want to have the dance animations in the game. That'd be fun. I have not seen that, but that sounds very funny. But yeah, we've probably watched enough React stuff on stream for the most part. Yeah, I haven't had as much interesting stuff to say this time around, admittedly. But no, like that's like we're gonna be taking it nice and slow once we reach testing. Like we're gonna get the truly minimum viable product done as quickly as possible, but then just not release it until I've added like a decent amount of other stuff, you know? Like ideally, you'd have like two or three servers running in the test game, you know? Like it would be a game where you tell your friends and then they'd join the Discord and then they get access to the game and we would kind of like ideally we'd have a few servers running regularly before you release it. But yeah. So I do want to add vehicles to the game, but I'm thinking uh but that vehicle system will be more of a cars are my kryptonite. I'm not good at them. I've improved with them a lot, but there's something with the tuning that messed me up. The Superhero Life 2 cars are the worst. They're awful. I feel so bad. I feel so bad about it. Like Ugh, they are really bad, and I want to fix that for the new games. Um, let's see. I don't actually I don't know how I feel about voice acting, to be honest. I think that voice acting can elevate a game, but can it can also be kind of it can kind of take you out of it. Like, do y'all remember the Telltale Minecraft games, like Minecraft Story Mode, and they had the rat from Ratatouille voice the main character? I hated that sound. That I did not like that voice selection. It really took me out of it. I couldn't enjoy that. Um, so yeah, it's just like I think for the most part, my default goal with this will be to because also like I don't know any like I don't know any professional voice actors, and I probably don't want to spend for the real ones. And also, like, there's isn't going to be a whole bunch of scripted content, and it's just going to be harder if I add voice acting to the stuff. Like, we'll see, we'll see. I really probably am not going to do that though. I'm going to prefer the chat bubble route. Honestly, one thing I would love to do, imagine if the cutscenes in the game were actually kind of like motion comics. Like it would have paneling and like, it would sort of jump between them and like have these dynamic shots and stuff. I think that could be pretty cool, you know? That could be a nice way to tie things in thematically. While also I don't have to hire voice actors. So that's what I'm thinking. I think that'd be a better fit. Um, but once again, we are probably a year away before I do anything cool in that direction. Like once we get to testing, which as you can see, as I'm flying around in a custom character in the map, we're pretty close to testing. We're probably a few months away, maybe 2 months. Um, and observable value undefined. Dang it. I wonder what that's about. Anyway, yeah, no, the cars were such a mess in that game. Export gaming, I say go for it. Definitely, my recommendation would probably be go into voice acting as a hobby, not as a career direction, because I don't know. Y'all have heard the AI, the AI sound stuff, like the AI music. It's getting pretty convincing at this point. And I'm not saying that it's fair, but we don't exactly live in a fair world, and I'd hate to recommend to y'all to get into that industry only for it to backfire. you know. But I think doing it as a hobby, like, right now, this game is technically a hobby of mine. I do work full time as a developer on Blocks Fruits, but and this is technically my hobby now. So, there's no shame in having the stuff that you really are passionate about not be your full time job. That being said, I actually am really enjoying my work at Blocks Fruits. I can't say anything about it, but I think it's pretty fun. So yeah, play that game if you have it. Mhm. Voice acting is interesting because I feel like at some point in most people's lives, someone tells them you should be a voice actor, and then it just sticks with them forever because it's such a it's one of those compliments that really sticks with you for years. Like, I think someone told me that in college, and I don't even remember who they were or who said it to me. To this day, I'm just like, man, I could have been a voice actor, even though I definitely couldn't have. I have a very distinct voice. I could probably have audio cameos, but also who cares about me? Like people like my games, but for the most part, the people who care about me, that's a much smaller crowd. Like a CJ Oyer cameo would not make a whole bunch of sense. Maybe that's how I do voice acting in the game. Like literally, I am the only person who can speak in the game. Like just you come up to me and all of a sudden I'm talking to you. Like, Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, you could say that this game is a manifestation of my voice to an extent. Problem is, I don't really want to make it about me. I want to be part of it because it is part of me. But at the same time, I don't want to make it about me, you know? Like I understand the reason that same thing with the world building. Like I think I could probably make something pretty cool with like the lore and like making some cool world building stuff. I I don't know if people would play it for that alone. You know, like everyone likes their OCs. Very few OCs go on to become, you know, movies or comic books. Uh, so, you know, I'm not arrogant enough to think that just because I made something that I care a lot about means that I can compete against people who've been doing it for a lot longer. And so, you know, for the most part, I'll do it because it's my game and I want to. But it's not gonna be the hook of the game. You know, it'll be something people who are interested can explore. And yeah, oh yeah, no, scripting's a headache. My recommendation, honestly, to y'all would be use ChatGPT. Ask it questions. It helps me learn new languages so much faster. Let's see. Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, export gaming. I don't own any cars in real life, so you know, we're on the same page, you and I. We're not that different, you know, Spider-Man. The let's see. Yeah, yeah. No, actually, no. That maybe that could be an Easter egg. Would that be a fun Easter egg for y'all? Every character is voiced by me. I'm not like putting on any voices or anything. Like I'm not doing impressions. Like you'll just go up to Snow Sister and she will just sound like a 20-something Midwestern man with a beard. You know, that can be like an Easter egg. Like that, you can like put a special code in to unlock that. Um, that'd be funny. Yeah. Tinder in a nutshell? Yes, because I am on Tinder. So, you know, the let's see. I don't know how I feel about the flight options. Oops, all CJ. That'd be the name of the badge for it. That's the achievement, you know? If you 100% the game, this is all you unlock. No, better yet, I shouldn't even promote it. Like I should just have it be like a bunch of game theory mysteries. You know, like there will be people who like make like making all the connections. Like there's discussions like what is the secret of this, and then it all leads up to like a stupid Easter egg like that. Yeah, it's like the voice of God, and it's like and it imbues you a special power. Now you can hear my voice whenever an NPC talks. That'd be funny. I don't know. I don't. I wouldn't want to get the backlash to that though. If I do anything secret, it's actually going to be like if I do like a secret lore thing, it'll actually be like a real thing, you know? Because I don't know. I don't like the whole trend of like we're subverting expectations. Like stop punishing the audience for getting invested, you know? Like if someone's trying to predict the future and successfully predict it, that's good, you know? They don't feel bad for like having, you know, having one of their theories confirmed. They'll only feel frustrated if it feels like there are no other solutions. Like if there's no anticipation, if there's no uncertainty. So long as there's still uncertainty, let people be right. Uh, yeah, the yeah. Yeah. No, we've been we had we put a lot of work into getting a bunch of testers in a while ago. I'm gonna automate something so that everyone on Discord can just do it automatically. But for the most part, yeah, nothing too fancy. I really don't know how I feel about the flight. On the one hand, it looks pretty good, I think, but it just feels a little bit too floaty. I don't know. Actually, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't like it when I hit things and do that spin. That seems like the incorrect way it should handle that. All right. Oh, also, I forgot. I actually have weapons too. Yeah, probably should have brought those out sometime during stream. The bullets should probably go a little bit faster, you know? And I should probably make it so that, what ideally long term, we'd be able to have the bullet logic actually like consider what it hits. Like if a bullet hits a window, it shouldn't bounce, you know? But if it hits like a brick wall, that then bouncing is fine. Okay. But yeah. Well, actually, I've been working pretty hard to try to keep it relatively light for mobile. Like, let's see, let's get the render. Okay. Yeah, so like if you look at the draw calls, we could definitely be doing better. It's mostly these trees, to my understanding. Like you see, when I move away from the trees, all of a sudden everything gets back to reasonable. And so I need to swap out the trees for something a little bit lighter. But for the most part, like I'm keeping track of this stuff, and I'm gonna make sure that like the majority of my audience is mobile devices. I think that I've reached a point where I can have something that's good and runs all right. So we're gonna have that for sure. Hmm. I need to get some good animations. We'll see. Honestly, probably the area which needs the most work is the powers. But yeah. Hey there, Ryan. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the we've mostly just been, messing around, answering questions. We saw the Minecraft trailer. It's live action somehow. Disgusting. Um, oh, best of luck with that. I got my bug fixed today after about 4 hours. I never figured out why it happened, but I managed to get it to stop happening by just moving things around enough, which is a mixed feeling. Um, but yeah, the let's see. Oh yeah, no, King. By all means, I would love to see some like once this game comes out, I want one thing I want to do is support like more dynamic camera modes, you know? Like I would love if people had the ability to do like more like machinima and like have like set the camera in places. I think that'd be pretty cool. There is no Minecraft trailer in Bossing say. Hmm. Yeah, the we were talking about release schedules though, Ryan. I'm thinking testing for this game will probably happen sometime in December. And then it'll be in testing for like a year, but like, well, weekly to every 2 weeks updates. Yeah. Hmm. Ooh. 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 I want to be able to take turns a little bit tighter, but you know, I do really like the street level view of it. You know, like I think this game does a really good job on the street level. Obviously this is all procedural at the moment, and so there's not a whole bunch of flavor, like nobody's going to be having fun in this area until I put some stuff in it. But for the most part it's pretty nice. Yeah, the but yeah, like I think let's see, is anyone, we have 5 minutes left. Does anybody want to talk about stuff? Yeah, yeah. The For a while we were looking into a custom character direction. I I still don't know how I feel about it because on the one hand, I prefer the character designs we made over default Roblox Arthro. I think we did a better job personally. I think it did a better job. It looked more like almost like a children's cartoon or something. And I do think, there was a time when people thought the Clone Wars animation style looked bad, and so I do think people would have adapted. But at the same time, it was a lot of work to you know to have to remake everything. Like it was just we just added a lot of complexity to the pipeline unnecessarily. And so I think our current solution of just having it support different body types that are standardized around the Roblox format, I think that's a better solution. But yeah. Woo. Mhm. Hmm. Oh, oh, ouch. Yeah, let's see. I think for the most part, stuff is going all right. But yeah, I think we got about 3 minutes left. Any final questions? Because if there aren't any final questions, I'm not just going to sit here and talk to myself. I can only do that for 57 minutes, not a whole hour. Um, so burning questions. Let's see. Oh, also probably should mention the stream next week is probably going to be on Saturday, around like 11 days from now, because I will um, I will be at RDC this weekend, and so I won't get any progress done. And so at the very least, having it be on the weekend allows me to maybe have some more time to do stuff. And also, I believe one of our community members named Eric said that they were more available on the weekend. Yeah, you were invited, Ryan. Let's see. The let's see. The Do I like pineapples on pizza? Uh, I don't have a necessarily problem with the flavor, but it doesn't necessarily translate in my head to pizza. Feels more like a fancy flatbread or something. Hmm. The But yeah, let's see. Thank you for stopping by Export Gaming. How about pineapple with pizza? Like on like a plate next to it? I mean, I guess. I don't I don't have a problem with that, though I'm not sure it's the most common pairing. Um, let's see. Well, it's okay, Ryan. You can be fancy next year. Actually, go be fancy the year after that, because frankly, I don't know if going to RDC 2 years in a row takes a lot of energy out of me. Uh, I I'm excited for RDC. I already feel tired. I already feel like I've talked to too many people. It's like my social battery is deteriorating massively. Yeah, the so I'll have a good time. I'll probably be socially obligated to go to one of the parties, and then I will hide my hotel room for the rest of it. Okay, depends on which Bumblebee though. Is it the Michael Bay Bumblebee or like the Bumblebee movie Bumblebee? Yeah, because I enjoyed the Bumblebee movie. I don't think it was like the best movie of all time, but it did actually feel like what a Transformers movie should have been. I never saw the sequel they made to it though, or kind of sequel. It'll Apparently they're making like a Cybertron based Transformers movie right now. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, but yeah. All right, we have reached 6 o'clock, my time at least. Thank you all for stopping by. I will see you next Saturday, Sunday-ish. I Probably Sunday. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I will talk to y'all later. All right. Thank you for stopping by. Peace.